Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host Sam, and we are back again with another one, as we are going to be talking about all the games that were played yesterday in the Premier League. Yesterday, remember, I was supposed to give you match reviews, but I was not able to cover all the games. I just did the Liverpool review. I'm going to be going back a little bit on that later on into the video, but we need to talk about Arsenal, because there are so many questions that we need some answers to. As well, we talk about Man City versus Brighton, also talking about Manchester United versus Sheffield, because that team looks like they're getting there. That's the only thing I can say. They're getting there. So we're going to be covering everything, talking about it, giving my analysis, giving my thoughts into the games, and what your thoughts were over the games that were played on Saturday, because football really was on Saturday. Today it's only one game, then tomorrow there's only one game. So what exactly are we going to talk about? What is coming up today and tomorrow? We are just going to be talking about that one. So this is the match review. My name is Sam, and we are back again with another one as we cover everything. Do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. I hope you are having a nice. So the biggest news to talk about, of course, it is the only game that was the derby of the week. We are going to be talking about Chelsea versus Arsenal. I have no idea how, from the build-up that we did of this game to what we watched, what changed? What changed? I'm confused, with Arsenal. To be honest, because I remember I watched the Chelsea versus Liverpool. Some people thought maybe they had control over this game, and I don't really believe that. I feel like Liverpool gave Chelsea the respect, and that's why they were able to do what they did in the game. We watched Arsenal today, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised that this is the team that people are saying that it's gonna win the Premier League. It's gonna take the throne away from Man City. To be honest, Man City are playing terrible as well. But do you think that they have what it takes to take the Premier League away from Man City? When you look at the way they performed today, when you look at their performance today, can you believe that this is the team that can take something from Man City? We always talk about mentality of the game. They did not look like they were going to win the game. In fact, to be honest, Chelsea gave Arsenal that victory, because Chelsea botted them, outclassed them, controlled them, and they made them look like kids. That's the only thing I can say. Chelsea made Arsenal look like kids. It was like men versus boys, and not the other way that people expected. The way Chelsea were controlling the game, the way they were moving on with the game, the way they were making sure that Arsenal has the ball, but they're doing nothing with the ball, was out of this world. I actually felt sorry at the end of the day, because they lost the game. I don't think they deserve to lose the game. I don't think they deserve. In fact, they had so many chances that they should have won this game at least by 4 or 5. Do you know that it's only after Sanchez's mistake that he gave Declan Rice that pass, where Chelsea actually got when Arsenal actually got their first shot on target? They played unto 75 minutes. A team that is expected to win the league against Man City, they played until 75 minutes to get their first shot on target. And here I'm not talking about a team that is one of the powerful defenses that is hard to break down. I'm talking about a team that people are telling me that they should be in relegation form, the way they are playing. I'm talking about the laughingstock of Chelsea controlling the team that is expected to be potential winners of the league, losing like that. There is so much to talk about, and I feel like we should not get this confused, because people now they're talking about what a comeback. It shows Arsenal's mentality. There was no mentality in that game. Chelsea's mistakes is the reason why Arsenal came back in this game. They're telling me about Saliba and Gabriel, how they're able to stop any strike force from passing him going to the other side. We saw it. How many times one-on-one? Like, we saw what Raya had to do So of course, some of the things were his mistakes, but we saw how many times he had to do some amazing saves because the defense of Arsenal could not keep up with Chelsea. Okay, of course, people might try to blame Jorginho and say that maybe Jorginho was the weak link, but Odegaard, the captain, I did not see him in this game. I did not see Arsenal's captain in this game. And these are the guys who are supposed to run away with the league. These are the guys that people are busy begging that they will take this league and go walk and do whatever they can. To be honest, I don't see it. To be honest, that game changed my mind. I thought the draw against Tottenham Hotspur is because Spurs were that good, but I'm seeing there is more to what the terribleness of Arsenal than what meets the eye. There is more than what people are seeing from this Arsenal side. They are just so terrible, people. They are just so terrible. I've never seen this team playing this terrible. Not even last season. And the fact that they're not able to change their game when they see that the way they're approaching it is not working still cannot get explained. Mikel Arteta, you're supposed to be tactically alert to be able to change the team and at least produce something else if you see that what you started with is not working. But he just can't. This was terrible, man. This was what we mean when we talk about team really playing terrible. But anyway, I don't know. There's still so much to happen. We're still going to see them try to come back. Maybe they will shock us. Maybe they'll give us some of the best things. But what we saw was really terrible from the Arsenal side. And they need to get their shit together. They need to find their concentration. They need to do more than what they can do so that they can show us something with this team. But also, I'm not going to spend the whole time talking about Arsenal and how terrible they were. We need to talk about Chelsea as well, how good they were, how they showed that there is something that we can look forward to with this team. The performance, the way they attacked the game, the way they caused the problems against this Arsenal side. They could not keep up with Arsenal could not keep up with Chelsea's attack, the aggression, the activity, the energy. The energy we saw in the pitch was out of this world. And I have to give my respect to players like Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer looks like the future is really ahead of him. It looks like we thought he made a terrible mistake leaving Man City, but when we are looking at how they're performing, maybe somebody can come up and say, now, wait a minute. There is a reason why this kid left this team, and we are now seeing it coming to flourishing. That was a good performance. They showed us that it proved to us that there is something that we can hope for this player, for this team, and there is somewhere where they're going, and that was it's just what excitement is all about when you talk about football. But there is still so much to grow into them, because I think we can talk about what we saw in this game, that the way they performed in the game, they showed us exactly how far this team is going to go. They showed us a potential for how good this Chelsea side is going to be, especially under Mauricio Pochettino. But the way they lost it in the end also told us how their mental strength is not yet 100% there. They still have to build that part of the game, their mentality, to be able to withstand the pressure, to be able to not be overwhelmed with what was happening in the game. We showed that in the game. They need to improve that. If they can, this team will be talking about it for some time and time again. And it was really exciting to see how Mauricio Pochettino was able to set up this team, how he decided to put a player like Nicholas Jackson on the down on the substitution, decided to go with a false nine of Cole Palmer, caused problems to this Arsenal team, caused the problem that Saliba and Gabriel did not even know who actually to follow, because when they follow another player, the another player is taking advantage of them. That was amazing. And I am really excited over what we are seeing from Gallagher. Conor Gallagher is proving to the world that it was a good idea for Chelsea to keep him, because as much as Caicedo is very good in playing as a DM, doing whatever he does, as well as Enzo, as much as he's good tactically, he's able to do those long passes, do what makes him, the player that people love. We saw how much the energy Conor Gallagher put into the game, which gives so much into this team to actually produce. an amazing performance we saw today. There's still so much to come from this team, and for a change, I'm really excited. The future is really bright for this Chelsea side. I really felt sorry for them at the end of the game. They deserved to win this game, especially after the build-ups of all the Arsenal fans who were talking, saying craziness about this team. They deserved to come up and say, hold that. Football is a humbler. They deserved all that. I felt like it could have made much sense if they gotten it at the end of the day, because they were that good. They were really that good, and I was really excited to see that there is a future, there is something that they're building forward to, which can make this team so amazing. So that's my appreciation video for Chelsea. I haven't done that this season, so I'm really excited. And also, I think we can also talk about that. That tells us how good tactically Mauricio Pochettino is to a Mikel Arteta. I think Mikel Arteta is still mastering his craft. He has this amazing team, but he's still failing to actually become the best of himself, to bring the best out of this team. You know, he's like the Southgate of an England, or the Southgate of Arsenal. He still has to improve tactically to be able to know what to twist and who to put in to make the game different. It's exciting times, people. It's really exciting times. As we're gonna be moving on to the next game as well, people. We saw Manchester United play against Sheffield United in one of the games that we can say was an exciting game, because there was so much into this game. It could have been different. It could have gone another way. It could have actually caused havoc. But at the end of the day, I think Sir Bobby Charlton was really given the respect he deserves. Manchester United won by 2-1. And again, Scott McTominay again scoring. It feels like people don't know how to stop this guy when he's facing the pitch. As well as, you know, Diego Dalot with one of the most powerful rockets of the Premier League. I think it could be the goal of the week. The way he kicked that bomb, nothing could have happened. Also, that tells us how much Manchester United's front, as much as they've got, you know, Rasmus Højlund, we still have Rashford, and Antonio was playing today. There's still so much that is missing from this Manchester United squad, which they need to improve to actually show where exactly they're going as a squad, to see exactly what they're going to give us as we continue with the performance. But it was a good game, to be honest. I myself really did enjoy this game, and I'm looking forward to see exactly how far they go, especially with the performance that they showed today. Exciting times, people, for where we go. Sheffield United, I feel like they're really hard done. They deserved something out of this game, especially with the way they were causing problems. They started the game perfectly well. In fact, the Scott McTominay goal came out of nowhere. It was Sheffield always, and I think that's the blueprint of all these teams that have been, you know, that came to the Premier League this season. As much as they perform so well, we still don't know exactly what they're capable of doing. That has to change, and that has to give us a direction over where they want to go. But it was a good game, to be honest. I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping to see more from this Sheffield team. If they play any team that is maybe at a lesser quality of Manchester United, they could be beating so many teams. But, you know, things always goes what you want, especially when you're playing with teams with the quality of Manchester United. I think that's what was the difference. Onana, I think he was better. Yeah, he was better than usual. And the interesting part that I just discovered, this is an appreciation point to Harry Maguire. It looks like the armband was the reason why we saw the terrible part of Harry Maguire. Without the armband, he looks like a different player. He's performing so well. Maybe Southgate was telling the truth that we need this player in England. No, I'm joking, people. But the performance, him and Evans were really good. They stopped so many attacks, which could have been lethal, could have caused problems to this Manchester United team. But they did what they could. They played it so well. And I think that he deserves a shout out for what they're doing. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about the performance. What are you expecting from Manchester United going forward, and what exactly can you say you see going forward for this team? As we move on, Brighton went to the Etihad playing against Man City, and Again, the same mistakes like they were making against Liverpool last week, we saw them again with Man City, and Manchester City punished them with 2 goals, a Haaland goal, and as well as Julian Alvarez goal. That tells you how much this Brighton needs to work on their mistakes. They make so many mistakes that it caused them to make so many faults. They came back into the game. In fact, to be honest, the introduction of Ansu Fati into the game was a difference maker. Made this team so perfectly well, caused the problems. Man City could not copy with them. They were just pushing the ball, kicking the ball as far as they could, trying to play around, try to outpass them, but they could not actually be able to control the pressure that Brighton kept on pushing them. It scored, Ansu Fati scored a goal, 2-1, and the Man City Akanji got a red card. It could have been a different game, but it was an exciting game at the end of the day. And you see the game ended by 2-1. I actually predicted the game to be 3-1 to, I actually said 2-2, and it could have been 2-2 if some of the chances that these guys had could have been turned into goals. But at the end of the day, it was a good game. Man City, we had the mental strength to stay in the game, caused problems, and got the victory at the end of the day. I think it's a deserved one, especially after 2 losses in the Premier League. They can build from that going forward. Let's see what they're able to do as we go forward. The other game which was played, of course, was Brentford versus Burnley. Burnley got a red card. Brentford scored by 3-0. I really didn't watch this game because I was watching the Man City game, but that just tells you how confusing Brentford is. They can be winning against United and be scored 2 goals in the last minute, or they can go and beat a Burnley and win by 3-0 in a game that I thought could have been a draw, because I'm still hoping that Vincent Kompany is able to show us what people say he is in the championship, but he hasn't managed to do so. So I feel like very, very soon this guy will be, sacked by Burnley, because everything that they're doing is not working. Wolves played against Bournemouth, and I told you that Wolves were gonna win this game. Bournemouth got a red card, but as you watch the game, it was a game that Wolves were controlling, of course, but they did not do enough. But they won at the end of the game. At the end of the day, 2-1 was the final score. Now let's see how they can build on from that. Newcastle walked on water when they were playing against the Crystal Palace, beat the team by 4-0. What a masterclass! What a performance! Showing what they're capable of doing and what problems they're going to cause into these games and what they'll do. Luton Town actually draw against Nottingham Forest. I thought Luton Town were going to lose, but the draw, maybe my prediction could still stand at the end of the day. Remember, I said that the surprise package of the season, and I'm doing it facing that side because I cannot even look in the camera because I don't know exactly where this team is going, but it looks like they're doing as much as they could, and they're still staying in the game, as we saw. The other game that we are going to talk about is Liverpool versus Everton. People, I did most of this one. You can go check out the video where I did a full analysis. I have to, now this is actually an appreciation post to the Liverpool squad. Ryan Gravenberch, it looks like he's fitting into this team, doing so much, causing problems. Of course, you could see that the team was tired coming from international break, and of course, still a 12 o'clock game again. But you saw the problems, but they were able to come back into the game, try to show something that they can offer, got the victory, got a person like me and happy. VAR mistakes as well, so many things. We saw the Everton fans are still complaining. We saw the manager still complaining. Konate should have gotten a red card. Even Klopp came out and admitted live on television that Konate was really lucky there. That's why he took him out. He should have been sent off because that was stupid. That was stupid, and I hope you can talk to him to never make those crazy tackles. I don't think he should have even found himself getting the first yellow. Now he almost got the second yellow, but that was very, very stupid. But that, when you can see when players' heads are gone, that was him in that moment. But anyway, they won by 2-0, and let's see where we can go. But one thing I can say, Everton, people are writing them off, saying that they could be relegated. I'm telling people, think again. This team looks like they're a team that are gonna cause problems. They have the anger, the energy to always prove people wrong, and we saw it today. It was exciting to watch. I've really enjoyed this Saturday football match. We'll be talking about today's game later on as we see Aston Villa playing against West Ham later on today. Then tomorrow, Tottenham Hotspurs versus Fulham. If they win, they go back top of the table. So I've not done this since the beginning of my previous review show, because you know the Premier League is boring when there are still few games, but in terms of looking at the table. But now we are doing it now. Man City are at the top of the league, sharing the same points with Arsenal. Both played the same amount of games. City with 2 losses, Arsenal with 2 draws. They haven't lost a game, so that's a good thing. I think no, there are 3 draws now for us now, and they haven't lost a game, and I think that's a good thing. Liverpool are on third at the moment, play the game more than Tottenham Hotspurs with 20 points, also sharing the same points with Tottenham Hotspurs. Tottenham Hotspurs have the power to actually go on top, or actually go the same level with Arsenal and Man City if they win against Fulham in the game that they're going to be playing. They store so much, and the relegation zone is telling us Manchester United, they are the surprise package. Not really surprised. They are now in the top 8 now of the Premier League. They've jumped in. It could change today if maybe West Ham win today, because West Ham have the power to actually go on top of them if they beat Aston Villa today. But that hasn't happened. That's why we're saying it's an appreciation post for them. Let's see what they do. As Chelsea are number 10 after that amazing performance against Arsenal, we could see Wolves moving. They've already played. The other thing we can see is that Fulham could actually go higher to maybe 13 or 14 if they beat Tottenham Hotspur on Friday. On Monday, that could be, but the bottom still stands like this. We have a team in Sheffield that has only managed to draw 1 game, lost all the other 8 games that are at the bottom of the league, which is relegation zone. Bournemouth are number 2 from them after sacking a manager who saved them from relegation last season. They are really living in the relegation. As things stands right now, we can see that they are very close. If they don't start doing something, they will be gone. They've played so many games and they've managed to draw 3, lost 6, and they have no win. That has to change if they want to do something. We're looking at Burnley as well with 1 win, 1 draw, 7 defeats, who are also filling up the last position of the relegation. If the league ends today, Luton Town stays in the Premier League. So, like I'm telling you people, you might not believe me, but Luton Town could be the surprise of the season. You never know. You never know who are actually number 17 of the Premier League. If they could, at least they have 1 win, 2 draws, and 6 defeats. That could change if they continue to do better. But that's where we are, people. That's how it's looking like at the moment. And like I said, up top, if the league ends today, City wins the league. Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspurs, and Newcastle will all be in the Champions League position. Remember, now it's now top 5. Then we will have Aston Villa and Brighton also being in Europa. Manchester United will be going to Europa Pro Conference League. But guess what? This is still week 9. Things can still change as we go forward. And we're going to be looking at the player stats. As things stands right now, Haaland is leading with the amount of goals that has been scored in the Premier League with 9 goals. Following him is none other than Mohamed Salah with 7. Isak has 6. Son 6. And the Brentford player Brian Baum, he has 5. That's how things are looking like at the moment in terms of the top goal scorer. Assists, we have Kylian Trippier with 6, Pedro Neto with 6, James Maddison with 5, Mohamed Salah with 4, Ollie Watkins with 4. That's how it's looking like with the assists. Interesting. Then, so the playmaker of this time is at the moment is Trippier. We also have the players with the amount of yellow cards. Aaron Heskey for Bournemouth has 5. Gordon with 5. I think Lamina for Wolves has 5. Nelson Semedo for Wolves has 5. Jackson 5. Bosman 5. That are so many yellow cards. We also looking at players with red cards. McAllister red, which was not a red, is with 1. All of them are still 1, so there's really not much to look at. But there are so many Liverpool players in this list that I would really want to see. But anyway, this is how the things are looking like in the Premier League in game week 9. We still have 2 more games to go. We'll talk about them on Monday. But do me a favor. Click the like button, subscribe to Connect. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What are you enjoying watching this league, and what are you expecting? Which one will finish at the top? Which team will finish at the top of the league come end of week 9? My mind is on Tottenham Hotspurs, but anyway, you never know. Thank you very much for watching. I'm out. By the way, the exciting part about Tottenham, if they win this time, they'll be the only team, not only by points, but with also not only by goals, but with points going on top of the league. I'm out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect. I hope you have an amazing time. We'll be back again talking about those two games. We're out. Peace.